What are you doing? That was just showing who's in the main event, WrestleMania. Yeah, but I mean, it's not even about him, right? I mean, it kind of is. No, it's not. Anyway, we're live. What is up, everyone? And thank you for checking out Don't Say the F Word. Hey, Animal, are you excited for WrestleMania? He's not really blown away by anything they got going on for Mania. Oh, hey, Stan, you're out of jail? I didn't know you're out of jail. Yeah, are you excited for Mania? Stan also not really excited for Mania. Oh, let's talk to the OG. My dude Monster. Yeah, he's just my dude. You excited for WrestleMania? See that? He's got nothing to say either. Think Mania might be missing for some folks. But I mean, I don't know. What do you think of Raw? I don't know, man. I thought Raw was all right personally. I didn't see a big Did you not enjoy Raw? I mean, you realize that Raw only had 4 minutes of wrestling? That's not true. Raw did not only have 4 minutes of wrestling. Where did you hear that? On the internet? Where on the internet did it say Raw had 4 minutes of wrestling? All right, I mean, maybe it was more than 4, but it wasn't a lot. And you're just you're fine with that? If you're watching WWE for wrestling, you might be missing the point of what WWE actually is. I can talk to somebody with some darn sense. Joe's the one that has. You think Joe is the one with. That's really what you think? Yeah, that's what I think. Uh-oh. Hey, little kid. What's up, little kid?
You talking to you, not me, girl. What do you gotta say?
You got your homework done?
I don't have to do my homework.
Why not?
Because I have a homework pass.
They didn't have those where I was in school. When were you in school?
Yeah, it's a good
I'm just saying, kids nowadays, am I right?
Yeah, no homework pass. No.
I don't remember that being something.
All right, put this down. All right, now go. Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah.
Raw only had 4 minutes of pro wrestling. That's not true. All right, let me look at the numbers. And 33. There was 33 minutes of wrestling on Raw.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. It didn't feel like it. It didn't feel like it.
Yeah, it did. Honestly, watching this, it didn't feel like the show was lacking on wrestling. Usually I'll call that shit out, but it didn't feel like that.
It didn't
now,
feel like it.
I mean, you were asleep. Okay, yeah. So I didn't stay up and watch all of Raw. That is important to note. Okay, I didn't watch the whole thing live.
I watched I'll say this. I watched it live, and it didn't feel like 30 minutes. But if you take away the whole CM Punk, AJ, in the two Paul Heyman segments, just throwing them out there. Yeah, I can see where you get 33 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a lot of story stuff. We're on the road to WrestleMania. There kind of needs to be a lot of story stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
Aren't you the wrestling purist guy? I mean, you're all about great matches. I am. I am all about great matches. But that doesn't mean I thought Raw was bad.
Nah.
This is 3 weeks in a row. I've said Raw was okay.
Raw was okay. Yeah. I agree. Raw was okay. It wasn't bad. It was good. It was entertaining.
What do you think about Brock and Oba?
I say, whew, Oba might get destroyed at Mania. Oba may get destroyed at Mania.
They're gonna let Brock smash him, aren't they?
I just the segment he let him take him down again.
Why are you putting me away? I got something to say. Oh, dude, I'm sorry.
Okay. Go. Say what you say.
There is no reason Brock Lesnar should beat Oba Femi. None. Like, and that's what this goof has said going to happen. He said that if Oba was going to win, Brock would have looked strong on Monday. Maybe we got a couple more weeks, right? Maybe Brock can turn around, right? And then Oba smashes Brock. Probably not going to happen. It's probably not going to happen.
I'll say that if Brock lets Oba take him down, he gonna be there Monday. This coming up Monday. He gonna get destroyed at Mania. I could just see it.
It's such a mistake if that's how they book it. Like, it's not on Brock. Like, that's important to point out. Like, I'm not over here saying that I think, Brock Lesnar's like politicking in any way. I truthfully don't know if I think Brock is that kind of a performer. I don't think he's a politicking kind of guy necessarily, unless he just thinks someone's not his equal. Like, he wasn't going to work with Jinder Mahal. That's understandable. There was no reason for him to work with Jinder. But I don't think Brock's going to be like, oh, I need to go over on the young guy. I don't think Brock cares to that degree, to be honest.
But I say if he does work out, it all depends, because if like the third strike, you're out. If he takes him down, boom, 3 strikes, you're out. At Mania, he might get destroyed.
Yeah. We will get to Punk and Roman in a second. One thing I just want to talk about is Penta and Dom.
The Luchador is making a name for themselves. That's all I gotta say.
What'd you think of the match?
The match? I say it was good to the whole.
Is it me or should that match have been better?
It would have been better if they didn't. JD and Finn didn't get involved. It would have been better.
I hope we get to see that match again and present it in a different way. Like, I would like to see Penta and Dom in a ladder match. I know we're going to get Finn and Dom, right? I know that's going to be the Mania match. We can have Penta and Dragon Lee can be the Mania match. That's fine. Backlash. I would like to see Penta and Dom in a ladder match for the IC title. Because I think those guys have like a really good chemistry. I just think something was a little off Monday. Like, telling the Finn story, I think, was more important in that match than that match was. But it just didn't come off like a great match. I really think they have like a top a top 10 match of the year candidate in them this year. I think they just need the right avenue and the right amount of time.
Yeah, that match, I would say.
Boy Starks, check us out live on Instagram.
Yeah.
Starks has like 2 new albums coming out soon.
Yeah.
He's got some podcasts of his own coming out.
Yeah, I just don't
Respect
know.
Starks.
Yeah, I just don't know. It could have been better. Oh, shit. Speaking of which, yes, Starks wants to know if we could come out to his party for the WrestleMania weekend and do a show. I've got to mention that.
Maybe.
WrestleMania weekend.
Maybe. We can see if we can make that happen.
Yes. He I forgot to mention that. Yeah, he invited Oh, night 2? Okay, maybe night 2.
Two? Maybe. I don't know, man. I didn't feel like the Penta Dom match hit the beats it needed to hit, and I understand the Finn story was a story to tell.
Penta, I say this. They need to just put him in a steel cage match. Be better than a ladder match. Because steel
Ooh.
cage, nobody get interferes. Them two could probably put on a good match in a steel cage more than a ladder. Because the ladder still get in. But that steel
Dude,
cage,
Penta is crazy in ladder matches, Joe.
I know, but
Maybe we do a ladder. I mean, a steel cage is supposed to be the end all be all, right? Maybe they can get to a steel cage, but I really want to see Dominik Mysterio and Penta in a ladder match. Just the two of them, not a multi-man. Just the two of them.
Or they could have the very first IC Hell in a Cell match. That would be cool.
I don't think Penta would do good in a Hell in a Cell.
Okay.
I don't think his style, or Dom's for that matter, warrants Hell in a Cell. Nor does this feud have that type of energy, right?
Yeah, but I say steel cage probably be good for them both. But
Maybe. The AI booked Raw pretty close to kind of how Raw panned out in a lot of ways. It really worries me that WWE is using AI to book Raw. It really.
I don't know. I said it was close. I ain't gonna give it no bad, but it was close. It was right on everything except for what was it?
The outcomes. I get predicted that Jimmy Uso was going to have an injury.
And Bailey was a tag team match, not singles.
Yeah. What else did it have? It had that.
The Vision, and that was the main event.
I mean, it had the brass knuckles part. It kind of booked right though with Logan Paul and like Jay tucked the brass knucks, but. Dude, let's talk about the big story. It's Roman and Punk, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be, Boy Starks is doing a watch party for WrestleMania, right? Night 2 main event, CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Hear me out on this, Joe.
All right, I hear you.
Hear me out. I don't think that's the story. The whole, everything we're seeing. Roman laughed last week because he called Punk old and Punk punched him in the face. In your head. Punk does the same nonsense, right? He's laughing, he's poking fun, calling out every member of the bloodline, and then wondering why they're showing up, right? And then I go, oh, why are you guys coming out? Because you're calling everybody out. Like, what do you mean, why are the Cubs coming? You're calling them out. I don't think that's the story.
Let's hear it.
I think the story on the road to WrestleMania is actually the redemption arc of Jey Uso. Think about what happened. Last year, Jey won the Rumble. Last year, we got all this, let's go back to the bloodline. Let's go back to the OG bloodline.
Okay, OG bloodline.
Jey was the right-hand man. All the character work we got from Jey Uso in the bloodline was this development of Jey not just being called the right-hand man, being called main event Jey Uso. It was his eventual ascension into being main event Jey Uso. And what happened? What happened whenever he became main event Jey Uso?
Yeah, he wasn't made for the spotlight.
The fans turned. Well, not the live audience fans. Like live audience loved the entrance, but the entrance became the thing that the fans at home and the IWC hated. Right? He was just an entrance. He was just that, and he didn't get his rematch. he didn't get his opportunity to be the heir apparent to Roman Reigns and be the tribal chief. He became the champion, but he wasn't the main event. He was outshined by everybody, right?
Yeah.
They teased us. They teased us with this cash out of Jey Uso. He was losing it, snapping, throwing a fit. But then his brother comes along, man. Let's just be tag teams, right? Just go after the tag belts again. What did Jay say on Monday night to Jimmy Uso?
I don't care about the tag team.
I don't care about the tag titles. You know what that felt like to me?
That's a breakup right there.
Back in the Bloodline days, remember there was a promo once where Jey Uso said, "I don't give a damn what the tribal chief says."
Oh, yeah, okay.
Very similar delivery, right? But then something even bigger happened on Monday Night on Raw. Roman told Jimmy respectfully, "Get your brother, get out of my ring."
Mm-hmm. That was respectful.
Jay didn't listen. He went after Punk. Then Roman had to go after Punk. And then all the security comes out and gets them separated. And then what happened?
Jay said, "Get him. Get him."
Jay didn't just say get him. He said, "Joe, you know what you got to do. Get him. Smash him." Jey Uso called the shot.
Yeah,
Mike Cole even said it on commentary. It's different, Joe. That's not right-hand man Jey Uso. That's a man ready to be the tribal chief. He called the shot. He orchestrated that out. He orchestrated all that. Now, to rewind a little bit earlier in the night,
I see.
Jay told LA Knight, "Keep my family out your mouth." Who was in the background? Who was on the side of the truck?
The Rock.
Dwayne was on that. Hey, maybe that's coincidence, right? Last year, and the year before, we tried to read all kinds of stuff into like the scenes. Oh man, they're going to do this. They're going to do this.
Yeah.
I often like to believe, especially during Mania season, like nothing's by accident in WWE. So Sarge is like, yeah, subtle change. It makes Roman and Jay a bigger match. Maybe we are working to Roman and Jay at SummerSlam. Because
they already did that. They had their little match back
they've done it a few times.
Yeah, Hell in a Cell. And that's when Jimmy came back.
But Jay's never been the heel. So picture this. All right, so we're on the road to WrestleMania. Right now, hey, the Usos are defending tag titles next week, Madison Square Garden in a street fight.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to lose. I think the Usos are losing tag titles next week. I have not plugged this into AI to see what it's going to give me, but I think the Usos lose. And I think, whether accidental or intentional, it is at the fault of LA Knight. Because LA Knight doesn't have a match at Mania yet, which is kind of crazy because he's a guy the fans love.
Mm-hmm.
I think LA Knight costs them titles. And I think in that process, Jey Uso takes out LA Knight. And this gets us Jey Uso versus LA Knight at Mania. And I think going into that, you have two baby faces going into it, but only one of these guys can be a baby face coming out of Mania. And it ain't going to be Jey Uso. I think you have the whole crash out of Jey Uso is the story. He's unhinged. Kind of like how Roman Reigns was when he first became the tribal chief. Wouldn't do anything. for the power and the respect to get you to acknowledge me. So Jay's going to beat the bejesus out of LA Knight at WrestleMania. And we're going to get kind of a double turn. In the process, I think Jay gets himself DQ'd at Mania and he loses to LA Knight. But he doesn't stop the beating at the loss. And the fans turn on Jey Uso harder than the internet fans. The live audience fans boo Jey Uso at the end of that match. That can be night one. It can be night one. Doesn't have to be night two. It can be night one. Because night two, you got Roman Reigns and CM Punk.
Yep.
And I think Jey Uso gets involved. Now, maybe Jey Uso gets involved and he helps Roman win. That solidifies Jay as a heel because he's going to cost CM Punk the title. Jey Uso is still a heel. Or Jay costs Roman the title. Intentional, unintentional, either way. If he costs Roman the title, he's also a heel. Jey Uso doesn't leave WrestleMania a babyface. Not if I have the pencil. I'm booking Jey Uso's heel turn at Mania. But then I am putting another rocking on Jey Uso because I'm making him the biggest heel in the company. Roman could be by his side or not. I would like it to be with Roman for a little bit. But he's not going to be there enough. That's why I'm a little iffy of Roman winning the title. Like Roman, because Roman's not going to be there enough if he beats Punk. So hey, if he gets the title off of Punk, well, him and Jay are aligned for a little while until Jay's turn time because Jay wants that title. And then that gets Roman the ability to not be there as much because Jay's going to take him out, takes him off TV. He comes back. They have a match at SummerSlam. Jay takes the belt off of Roman. And then we finally get a new tribal chief. And in the process of if we go that route, if Jay and Roman are SummerSlam, the MFTs help Jey Uso beat Roman Reigns. And we reestablish Bloodline under Jey Uso as the new tribal chief. Shane Taylor Promotions, checking us out. Doing big work in Ring of Honor, man. Got all the Cleveland natives showing up today live on Instagram.
But I don't know if you seen Friday night, but Tama Tonga said Solo is starting to act like Roman before they cut off.
Got a lot of people being accused of acting like Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's got to step up. And I think it's going to be Jay, man.
Okay. Jay.
At least if I was booking it, it'd be Jay. I think there's the opportunity to turn Jey Uso heel.
I say they should turn him heel, but they worry about the numbers more than anything. About the numbers.
Roman can't be there enough
I know.
to redo the bloodline under Roman Reigns. But you could do that again and run it back with Jey Uso, heel main event Jey Uso, as the tribal chief. And I think people tune in because
I say it'd be better if Jay just eliminates himself from the family because that's all he's gonna be part of is his
family above all, family above everything.
Yeah.
It's got to be family above everything. You can't have we're not gonna have dissension. Family above everything. Now I do think Jeff Cobb gets kicked out of the MFTs. I think if you have Jey Uso, if you ain't blood, you ain't in. It's blood in, blood out. You ain't in. He's not letting some non-family members be part of Jey Uso's bloodline. It ain't gonna happen. We're not bringing in strays. You get Jacob, you get Solo. Everybody else gets kicked to the curb. We're not no honorary Uso. None of that.
No, but I just think it'd be better if Jay turned heel not only against the fans, but against his own family because he's tired of being in the Roman spotlight. And he's tired of his whole entire family thinking that he is following and trying to be the next tribal chief. But the best thing to do is eliminate, try to make a name for himself without being known by Roman's cousins, Rikishi's, and etc. family members.
That'd be the best way to do it. Jey Uso gets out of the shadow. Not trying to be a fan favorite. Just wants to bring the family back together. Family above all. That's it.
Nah, sometimes your own family can be your worst enemy.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, we're talking. This is pro wrestling, family above all, and wrestling has more than one royal family.
That is true, but yeah.
End of the day, man, I thought Raw was good. Case in point, my amazing wife, your lovely sister, she caught the little bit of the end of Raw. I was watching it on Tuesday morning, and later on in the day, she said, "You know, what I seen of Raw was actually pretty good." I said, "Yeah, Raw's actually been good in the last 3 weeks. It's been all right."
Okay, she's seen it. Okay.
And again, Jey Uso is the only wrestler ever to cut a promo that has stopped Mindy in her tracks to stand there and watch it. Nobody else has ever done it.
Mm.
He's the only one. He's the only one who brought that level of energy and believability in his promo where my wife stopped in her tracks and watched that promo live.
She's a fan now.
It was a couple years ago on SmackDown. One of his impassioned promos. She stopped and watched Jey Uso. All that said, man, we got Dynamite tonight.
Dynamite, yeah.
Okay. 711,000 people watched Dynamite live last week. Joe, will they break that number this week?
700 don't seem bad, but I don't.
You throw in the max viewership, man, more than 1 million people watched Dynamite last week. AEW is running hot and consistently great Dynamites. I argue for the past 2 years. Some people think it's a shorter time frame than that, but hey,
whatever. I say it's to be equal. 700.
Think 700?
Yeah, 700. Even though it's not a million, 700 still ain't a bad view.
Hey, but you got to factor in they don't get the max numbers. So I think they hit. I think anytime they break 650,000, they'll probably get $1 million. My opinion.
And plus, it all depends on who. A lot of people don't use HBO Max these days.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. HBO Max, excuse me, is good, but ain't really got nothing good on there that wants you to be subscribed to it, that you want to watch it every day. So I say people probably just watch it for the pay-per-views or special events, or hey, there's some movie you want to watch. That's about it. But I don't think it's like one of them, like a Netflix that you got to watch it every day.
I've never had HBO Max. I don't know. I like sitcoms more than anything, so HBO is not really my spot. But I mean, they got to have a ton of views. The platform wouldn't exist, and they wouldn't have sold to Paramount for so much money if people weren't tuning in. So I think AEW is getting 1 million viewers for Dynamite every week. I think Collision is like consistently one of the best shows. Side note, we didn't talk too much about Collision from this past weekend, but our boy Leo Rush is going viral.
I know, man. Everybody talk. That's been the talk of the past 2 days.
Yeah. I've been familiar with the Blackheart Leo Rush character that he's done, kind of on and off for a couple of years now. I like it. I'm such a Leo Rush fan. Nobody moves like Leo Rush. And his new character in AEW, I don't know if they're going to label it his Blackheart character because it's slightly different.
Yeah.
He
moving around, all kinds of crazy.
Yeah. He had the eyeballs and everything in his face. That was the main thing everybody talk about. He looks creepy.
Dude, his contacts look bonkers.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm just like, ooh. I can't wear contacts, just saying, but damn, he put me in my gear.
Have you seen the card for tonight's Dynamite?
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
okay. Here's my one thing I gotta say about this. Didn't Ospreay and Swerve win the title that they made them the new EVPs, whatever? Back in last year, on the pay-per-view, they won. They beat the Young Bucks. They became the EVPs.
Did they become EVPs, or did the Bucks just not be EVPs?
They became the EVPs because they lost the name after they beat the Young Bucks, and they was in charge. And now
I thought the Bucks just weren't EVPs. I didn't know Ospreay and And you might be right,
because it was a match. They put it on the line against the Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks lost, and that's when they vanished for like the thing went downhill. They went back to their regular clothing and everything, and this is where I'm getting at, where they got Swerve versus Omega for his EVP when him and Ospreay already got it. My girl, quit screaming! Quit screaming loud!
Yes. I know that they beat the Bucks and the Bucks lost their EVP status, but I can't remember that the story was that Will Ospreay and Swerve.
Yeah, they beat them.
Okay, so here we go. I popped this in and I asked, did Will Ospreay and Swerve become EVPs when they beat the Bucks last year? It says actually it didn't quite work out that way. While Ospreay and Strickland did defeat the Young Bucks at All In Texas in July of 2025, they didn't actually become EVPs themselves. The stipulation for that match was focused on stripping the Bucks of their power rather than transferring it. Here's the breakdown of how those stakes played out. The stipulation: if the Young Bucks won, Ospreay and Swerve would have been barred from challenging for the AEW World Championship for an entire year. If Ospreay and Swerve won, the Young Bucks had to relinquish their EVP titles and authority. The result: Ospreay and Swerve won the match, effectively firing Matthew and Nicholas from their executive roles. Following the loss, the Bucks were forced into regular talent lifestyle, losing their limo, private locker room, and even having their entrance pyro cut. Then initially, the EVP power vacuum has led to some developments lately. Kenny Omega eventually reclaimed his EVP status, and as of this week's Dynamite, Swerve Strickland is actually trying to get that power for himself. He has a high-stakes match against Omega tonight, where he is putting his number one contendership for the AEW World Championship on the line in exchange for Omega's EVP status. So while he didn't get it from the Bucks, he might actually get it tonight against Kenny Omega.
Okay. All right.
Understandable confusion.
Yeah.
Understandable confusion. My question for you is, Joe, who wins?
I'm going with Swerve.
You think Swerve's going to become EVP?
I think Swerve is going to do it.
So Swerve becomes EVP. What do you think his first order of business is?
Omega, you're fired.
I don't think that'll be it.
I think that if he beats him right there on the spot, Omega, you're fired.
I think his first order of business is allowing Hangman Page to compete for the world title.
Nah, I think they split apart. He ain't gonna do that.
I think he's gonna do it. I think he will. Maybe that may not be the first thing he does, But if he beats Kenny, which I'm not sure, I think he beats, because I don't have that making sense in my booking of AEW right now. Like I don't have Swerve competing for the world title in this moment in my head, because I don't have Swerve being the guy who beats MJF. In my head, Kenny Omega is the guy who beats MJF. In my head, Kenny beats MJF. Ospreay beats Kenny. Fletcher beats Ospreay. How that timeline looks, like I don't say that all happens this year. Maybe it's Kenny beats MJF at All In July, and then we get Kenny holds that title for the rest of the year. We get in the next year, and Ospreay beats Kenny at Revolution next year, and then you have Ospreay and Fletcher at All In 2027. Maybe. Again, I'm a huge Swerve Strickland fan. I was calling for Swerve to be the world champ before anybody else was. Just if I'm booking AEW right now, I don't have Swerve with the world title. Now, he beats Kenny, and he goes on and he beats MJF. He's EVP, man. Maybe he tells Hangman, you gotta fight me.
Nah.
EVP, you can't say no. So I'm going to make you go back on your word, Hangman. Because what's Hangman got? Hangman's a man of his word. If Swerve as EVP can make Hangman go back on his word, well, that makes Swerve an even bigger heel world champion. He makes Hangman have to be a liar.
Yeah, but if I was Swerve, I got that power. I'll definitely be a heel and tell Hangman, I ain't got to do a damn thing for you. We ain't buddies. We ain't friends. You blew up my house. I'm not giving you your title shot. You're going to suffer your entire career. That's what I would do.
I don't know if that hurts him, though. You know what I mean? You make Hangman go back on his word. You make Hangman be a liar. He can always hold it over Hangman's head. I made you be a liar, son.
Mm-hmm.
You lied to everybody. Why would these fans ever believe you? You lied. I gifted you a world title shot and you took it? Who does that? Women's world title is up tonight. Tekla faces Mina Shirakawa with Toni Storm out. Seemingly for the rest of the year.
No, it's not an injury.
No?
It's not an injury. They're not going to details. Some may think she may be pregnant, but it's not confirmed yet. But what they say is it's not from that fall in the match. It's nothing previous injury. She is just taking time off. It could be out the rest of the year. So it could be her mental health issues, pregnancy. They don't know. They have not disclosed it. But as of right now, the rest of the year she's off.
Yes, I'm going to guess maybe the Predators thing is correct. We also have the Conglomeration versus the Dogs. Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong are going to face David Finlay and Clark Connors.
I feel bad for the Conglomeration. Yeah.
So actually, that's a long time. It's only April. Yeah, the initial reports I'm seeing is that she's out. Don't expect her back this calendar year.
Yeah, so
it's
not pregnancy or anything, not confirmed, no injury. She just out.
Here's another thing though. It could also just be a work. It could just be a work. So
it could be.
I actually like the tag team of Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong. However,
they're gonna get demolished.
Yeah, like they gotta let the Dogs look strong. I mean, I don't know, like, and there's no loss that can ever hurt Orange Cassidy. That's important to put in there. So the dogs need to look strong in this.
Mm-hmm.
I think having Roddy join the dogs would have been a better way to go.
Yeah.
As much as I like the tag team, him and Orange Cassidy, he does not make sense with the conglomeration.
The whole entire team don't make sense.
I guess that is kind of the point, right? The point of the conglomeration is they don't make any sense being together. Dude, we got for the first time ever, Darby Allin versus Roosh.
Oh.
A week removed from a coffin match, Darby Allin's going to face Roosh. I like Roosh. Always have. He's a great Ring of Honor World Champion prior to the pandemic.
Yeah. Darby should wait like at least another week. But hey, that's Darby for you. He's a crazy man.
Yeah. And then we'll close this out, man. MJF returns tonight.
Yeah?
He vanquished the Hangman. He honored Terry Funk.
That was good for him, yeah.
We know that Swerve currently has a number one contender shot at that world title, at the Triple B. Kenny could take it away.
He could.
Good.
He could.
Who would you rather see face MJF next?
They're both really good. They're both good. But if I had to say, I think him and Swerve make a good, better match. Promo-wise, going at each other, you got a violent killer instinct coming out of Swerve right now, ready to do whatever it takes to get that title. So I'll say that'd be good for Swerve. But if you do it with Omega, it'll just be like a little, like one of the old fairy tales. Like, I'm coming back for my title. I'm coming to win. I'm coming after you, MJF. And it would be okay to see a baby face going against the heel and everybody cheering for the baby face to win. But I'll just say there's two styles. The style of wrestling kind of different. And it wouldn't be like exciting. It would be exciting to watch, but it wouldn't have that grab your attention. But as for MJF and Swerve, them two could probably pull out more nail guns, staple guns, needles, whatever, and make that match go good.
Yeah, man. I just think we got to get one more Kenny World Title run in AEW. I don't think Kenny has much longer left.
Yeah, and that's nothing. Kenny, his health.
But he seems to feel healthy.
Yeah, he seems healthy, but the match he had with Swerve about a month ago or so, you could see he's running out of breath, and Swerve was still in shape, and Swerve had to help him out, and just a couple times in that match. So I'm just that's the one thing we're concerned about is his health, and I know he's trying to. Hey, this could be his last run in wrestling. Not saying it's not, but he got to do his best.
I don't know, man. I'd imagine we're probably gonna get a Kyle Fletcher match in here somewhere, maybe, or maybe just keeping him for the weekend show. Who knows? But man, I think Dynamite looks fun too. We had a good Raw. I think we got a good Dynamite coming up.
It'd be funny. Let me say this. It'd be funny if the Don Callis family turned their back on Tacita and Mox come and save him.
I don't know that. I think we might get a Death Rider's Mox redemption story opposite of Will Ospreay. Because Will Ospreay can be a heel. So they could flip Ospreay to heel and have Mox be a face. Not like a white meat baby face, but Ospreay could be the heel in this story. Fans appreciate Mox now. What he managed to do with his character development and his story is kind of crazy. He went from biggest heel to brief underdog to babyface in like 3 months. Like, that didn't make any sense. You're talking about a guy who, like, the Death Rider story, how initially it felt great, and then it hit that period where it was like, what the hell is happening? And Mox made that like real heel heat. Like we wanted Mox to lose, which is the point of a heel world champion. And it really did help turn AEW around. He did what he said he was going to do.
Yeah, he did.
And that was all story. Like, that was just kayfabe. It was just the story. But it actually panned out. And here we are, 1 million viewers every week.
I would say that Mox became the tribal chief of Dynamite.
Yeah.
Think about it. People
You're right.
tune in. Most people tune in to see Mox. When that music hits, you can see they jumping for him.
Yeah. That Death Rider's music is the best.
I can't find that song. I be trying to Shazam can't find the song. I'm mad.
It's a good Tron. And like I seen somebody do it with the Vision, call them the Seth Riders. After I started calling them the Seth Riders, somebody made a Titantron video of the Vision with Mox's music. I got, man, it's pretty dope. I think anyone sounds cool and to Death Rider's music. I wonder what the song is.
I don't know the song yet. I try. I can't find it. Yeah.
Oh, and Tommaso Ciampa's entrance is also dope.
Yeah. A little,
Ciampa's shit is dope.
The Psycho Killer.
Yeah. That's it, man. That's all I got.
That's all you got? Okay. Yeah. I
think Dynamite will be good. I'm curious how Collision will pan out this week because it's been one of the best wrestling shows weekly. Quick note before we get out of here.
Okay.
I haven't watched NXT in a very long time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you keep up with NXT?
I keep up with NXT, yeah, I do.
All right. I watched the highlight video on YouTube this morning.
All right.
NXT sucks. The 10-minute highlights, that was too long. I fast-forwarded through the first half of the highlight video. People want to shit-talk Ring of Honor for being studio wrestling. First of all, NXT is and always has been studio wrestling. God, it was just awful. Like, it was really bad.
Okay, so let's go put this. So think of it like this.
I didn't even know Joe Hendry was the NXT World Champion.
Oh, yeah. That was
and remember, he came out at the end. I'm like, boy, WWE signed him about 2 years too late. Nobody gives a shit about Joe Hendry anymore.
Yeah, he been the champion about 2-3 weeks now. Yeah. So basically what I can say is when they transform to the 2.0, you're mostly seeing all the new faces that they got in development going on right now, not your average Tommaso Ciampa and like that, Aleister Black. You got new faces they're trying to build up to be the new star of the going to the main roster. So that's why you see someone like let's see who good on there. Well,
Dude, you know the main thing. Ethan Page and Ricky Starks still suck. Like, I'm sorry. Isn't that not good? not good. Tony D'Angelo,
Yeah.
looks like somebody pumped up
Well,
Enzo.
Tony D'Angelo was part of that little what's it?
Why does he look
Chase.
so much like Enzo Amore? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, they look alike a lot.
Well, they are from technically the same area, New York. They are New Yorkers, so yes, they look alike.
Yeah. They just have a very similar face.
See, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. And it's hard. Remember, I was a black and gold NXT fan, so it's not going to be the same vibe. But I did really think it was like I hadn't even seen clips of NXT in a while. So whenever I seen it pop up in my suggestions on YouTube, I'm like, oh shit, I'll watch it. And I turned it on. I'm like, I had to fast forward through the first 5 minutes of the 10-minute video. Like boring. Yeah, they did. I mean, losing Oba, Trick, and Javon Evans, man, they lost a star trio because those guys are great on main roster. But for me, it was like that NXT crowd it's just studio wrestling. But for people to drag Ring of Honor for doing the same presentation, I thought was kind of comical. There's a weird contrast too. NXT, the crowd and the environment is very dark, and Ring of Honor everything's really bright.
Yeah, the women's division. The women's division. There, it's a toss up. The women's division. They got like about 20. I say about 20 females, and they basically use the same 6.
Rock's daughter's not the general manager anymore, right? She quit, right?
She left. She renew her contract. Yeah, so she gone.
Do they have a general manager? Like, is there an authority figure at all? Like, I know Sean runs it.
Robbie.
Who the hell's Robbie?
Robbie B. He was on. He basically was a star back in TNA, and then he came over to NXT.
I thought I heard like Booker say something about general manager, and I'm like, I thought Rock's daughter quit, but maybe I was wrong. I don't know.
Robbie like a fill-in.
I don't foresee me trying to keep up with with NXT at all. I'll keep my Ring of Honor as my developmental show I watch. Unless it gets, keep me posted. If it gets good, let me know. But what I seen this morning, man, that ain't from. It just doesn't. It's missing a grittiness that NXT used to have.
Yeah, it is. But like I said, mostly if you look at the new NXT, it's basically like, hey, these are what you got to do to get to the main roster, and they use the same majority of people every week to try to see who they believe is going to be a star. And if they're not a star within, let's say, 2 years in NXT, some may get cut.
Yeah.
Just like West from the Rascals.
Wesley.
He was there, but he didn't be that star that he wanted, so he got cut.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us live on Instagram. There's a Mega Championship Wrestling show this Saturday in Elyria. Go check out our friends over at Mega Championship Wrestling. Extreme Fight World has a show coming up. Pretty soon, Starks will be letting us know what's going on with Downtown Championship Wrestling. On there. And we'll be back this weekend. We'll do a weekend wrestling show. We'll name our wrestlers of the week, our matches of the week. You know what? Weekend wrestling show this weekend. I'll give away a code for Iron Rebellion on the MetaQuest.
There you go.
See you then. Keep moving forward. Keep your shoulders off the mat. We're out.